Practicing golf at home gets you away from distractions of the golf course, and it gives you solitude to help develop your game. Plus, it's great to be able to work on your game when it's cold in the winter or if you live in a cold climate in general. You don't always have to drive to the golf course or the driving range to get better. A few times a week, you can sharpen your game from home. Here are some ideas for at-home practice. When it comes to putting and working on putting indoors, there's really only one skill that you can work on. As I mentioned in my putting video, there's 3 skills to putting: starting the ball on line, controlling your speed, and green reading. Now, inside, we can only work on starting the ball on line and the fundamentals that are associated with that. But fortunately, there are quite a few things that we can do to help us start the ball on line when we're working inside. Now, the first option that we can have here is a putting mat. As you can see, I have on the ground here. There's plenty that you can purchase on Amazon that are starting to come down in price. This is going to give us the ability to work on our alignment, our path, and controlling the club face, which we talk about being extremely important. I've taken it a step further here and created a gate for myself. I've used 2 Sharp Focus Nutrition electrolyte packets here, and what the idea is, I put them about a foot in front of my ball on the line of the putt, just wider than a golf ball. And when I come in here and I practice, I'm going to be working on lining up my face to the line that's on the mat, make sure I'm having good alignment, I'm getting my face correct, getting a good setup position. Now, I do not have a mirror with me today, but to take a step further, you can have a mirror. There's a lot of those. Eyeline Golf has some great putting mirrors, and you can add that here to make sure you're getting your eye line and your vision correct. But what we have here today, I'm making sure I'm going to get lined up, I'm in a good setup position, and then I'm going to work on my stroke. Arcing it slightly just to the inside of this line on the way back, slightly to the inside of the line on the way through. And if I'm able to hit it through both of these electrolyte packets without hitting them, I know that I'm able to start the ball on line. Go ahead and give it a go here. As you can see there, I was able to start the ball on line. I was able to make the putt. Really important and helpful tool here inside. Now, we have a few other options for you to try out with practicing your putting indoors. A drill I have here is a ruler drill, and the idea is to be able to work on solid contact when you're inside. You don't even need a golf ball. You just need about a 12-inch ruler. As you can see, I have here on the ground, just a 12-inch ruler. I'm putting it on the putting mat here to make sure I have it straight, but it doesn't have to be on the putting mat if you don't have one. But the idea here is we're going to hit some putts, and you want to be able to push the ruler forward and have it go straight. And that's really going to help you keep the putter low to the ground, which is a really good fundamental, and make sure that it goes straight. So you can see there, the tendency is going to be to pick the putter up and not be able to strike the ruler at all. So a good drill to work on that solid contact. Now, path. Path is extremely important, as I mentioned in our putting videos. It's not as important as controlling the face, is what we're working on there with the ruler, but path can help encourage having good face and control where the ball starts. And that's what I have here is a putting arc. This is very old school, but it's really one of the best drills, the best training aids that I've seen for putting. You can see here it's arc, and it's really backed by science and geometry to determine the proper path for your backstroke and your follow through stroke to be able to keep that face parallel to the path. And you can hit putts with this. I actually like to just practice without hitting putts on it and just push my putter back and through across this. And it also helps with rhythm, as you can kind of hear the sound of it as I go here, back and through, back and through, back and through. Now, the best putter I ever played with on the European Tour and Challenge Tour, Stephen Tiley, a good friend of mine, he would do this every single night. He'd travel with this, and he would sit in his hotel room, and he said I had to have at least 100 reps on this every single night, and he would sit there and close his eyes and do it and listen to the sound on the way back and the way through, making sure his tempo was the same, 2 to 1 on the way back and on the way through. Now, these are all based on having some training aids or a specific object around the house, but even if you don't have any of these training aids, I'm sure you have a tile floor in your house somewhere. And what you can do is go to 2 lines on those tile floor to where they're perpendicular to each other. And what you can do is go up to those lines and line up your putter to where it's going to be parallel to one of the lines and perpendicular to the other. And you can then work on both your setup position and work your alignment and also your path, and just have that slight arc on the way in, on the way back, slight arc in on the way through. A great way to work on it if you don't have any of these objects or training aids. Practicing the fundamentals of starting the ball on line inside is a great way to work on your putting. I've gotten to the point where I do all of my technique work that's associated with starting the ball on line inside. That way, when I get onto the putting green, I can focus solely on being an athlete, working on my speed and working on reading the green. So I would highly encourage you to try the same, and let us know if we can help out.